thing is stupid. This thing is stupid as fuck, bro. So, Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, all praise, glory to Yahweh, about Shai, the honors to the elders, sing honors to the apostles, preach and teaching the word of truth and with sincerity as always. Without any further ado, I just want to get into certain things that's been happening, that's going on, and I want to start this video here.
In order to weaken and gradually destroy the enemy's operational capability, we must target their support and logistics centers. And in this regard, we hit 6 fighter and helicopter maintenance centers. Maintenance centers are very important in war. Maintenance centers. We destroyed 6 centers in these 15 days. We destroyed 3 support and logistics centers. We 6 fire and artillery and shift fighter and helicopter maintenance centers. Maintenance centers are very important in war. Maintenance centers. We destroyed 6 centers in these 15 days. We destroyed 3 support and logistics centers. We set fire to 12 fuel tanks. We destroyed 17 support depots for weapons, vessel parts, and aircraft, and 6 missile depots. Our first strategic objective is to blind the enemy, to disable the enemy's operational mastermind, to destroy their detection capability, to destroy their operational command capability, to leave the enemy dazed and confused. This is our first objective, and in this regard, we have destroyed 7 command and control centers over these 15 days. We destroyed 3 satellite communication systems. We hit 6 Patriot air defense radars. These are actually one of America's best defense systems, the Patriot missiles. The path is cleared, our drone passes through easily, our missile passes through easily. Why? Because we blinded the eyes of this radar. We destroyed 3 air and sea control and monitoring radars, 8 early warning and detection radar systems, SIRM. We destroyed this. We destroyed 7 air defense missile radars. We destroyed 3 EPS radar systems. We destroyed 2 EPS 117 radars. We destroyed 5 long-range radars. We destroyed 2 air defense radars and 1 tactical radar system. In order to weaken and gradually destroy the enemy's operational capability, we must target their support and logistics centers. And in this regard, we hit 6 fighter and helicopter maintenance centers. Maintenance centers are very important in war. Maintenance centers. We destroyed 6 centers in these 15 days. We destroyed 3 support and logistics centers. We 6 fire and artillery and shift fighter and helicopter maintenance centers. Maintenance centers are very important in war. Maintenance centers. We destroyed 6 centers in these 15 days. We destroyed 3 support and logistics centers. We set fire to 12 fuel tanks. We destroyed 17 support depots for weapons, vessel parts, and aircraft, and 6 missile depots. In order to put pressure on the enemy, impose costs, and incapacitate them, we must destroy their operational infrastructure. In this regard, 6 hangars for MQ-9 drones, we destroyed them. 6 hangars. We destroyed an F-15 preparation hangar, a drone hangar that had 8 drones, brand new and unused. We destroyed that. We destroyed 2 command centers. We destroyed an aircraft carrier refueling platform. We destroyed an electronic warfare aircraft hangar for the P-8 aircraft. We destroyed 4 HIMARS missile platforms. We destroyed 5 fighter hangars. We destroyed 4 Patriot air defense complexes. We destroyed 6 missile launch platforms. We destroyed a fuel pumping station. We destroyed 2 signal intelligence centers. We destroyed an information data center. We destroyed an artificial intelligence center. This AI center, which was in Bahrain, was truly one of the centers that heavily supported US operations in the region.
Yeah, so there you have it, man. Iran's been fucking the US up. And this ain't what they're talking about on the news over here. They just talk about what Trump is saying. Like here it says that Trump vows to retaliate after U.S. starts Iranian surprise attack. Yeah, so man, anyways, man, that's all that they're talking about is Trump and what Trump is saying. It's our turn to hit them. Trump vows retaliation against Iran after Draughted surprise attack. Yeah, that's all they keep talking about.
In West Asia. Last night, the United States carried out multiple airstrikes in Iran. This was the 12th consecutive night of bombing. The U.S. Central Command has released footage of the airstrikes. President Donald Trump says the U.S. is winning the war. He made the claim while attending the funeral of an American soldier who was killed by Iranian attacks.
So we're likewise winning in the Islamic Republic of Iran, and we're ensuring that they will never, ever be able to do to us what they've done to so many.
Now, the United States has deployed overwhelming air power against Iran. Despite that, Iran keeps fighting. This morning, the IRGC, or the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, retaliated. They fired a wave of ballistic missiles and drones and struck multiple U.S. military sites in the region. As per reports, Iran hit at least 4 American camps in Kuwait, along with U.S. forces stationed in Jordan. Iran claims it has destroyed a Patriot air defense battery and an MQ-9 drone depot in Kuwait. But the main story is from Jordan, where Iran claims to have struck a Third battery, along with the Patriot system and a C-RAM radar. This is what Iran is claiming. And even if every claim may not be accurate, the bigger picture is impossible to ignore. Iran has found a way to crack the world's most expensive air defense shield. Let's break it down for you. THAAD stands for Terminal High Altitude Area Defense. This is an anti-ballistic missile system. One entire unit costs up to $3 billion. Now let's look at the Patriot. An air defense system meant to intercept drones, jets and missiles. Each unit costs $4 million. Then we have the C-RAM radar. C-RAM stands for Counter Rocket Artillery and Mortar. It shoots down ground-launched short-range weapons. This radar costs $15 million. The THAAD, the Patriot and the C-RAM work in tandem. Together, they're the world's costliest air defense system. And Iran may have found a way to blow them up, using just cheap Shahed drones and missiles, destroying sophisticated weapons of the United States. It's not just about eliminating equipment. It is about challenging the image of American invincibility. And the list of losses is only growing for Donald Trump. The United States has lost more than 40 aircraft. Dozens of radars and air defense systems are now offline. Even vital command centers have been destroyed. And these are just military assets. The human cost is also climbing. As per reports, at least 18 US troops have been killed since the war began. More than 550 are wounded. They are undergoing medical treatment. Clearly, Trump's war is taking a toll on American troops and assets. That does not mean the United States is losing the war. America does have the advantage. It has a bigger air force. It has satellites for intelligence and the ability to carry out long-range precision strikes. But overwhelming power doesn't mean absolute control. Iran has shown that it can absorb the impact. It can retaliate on its own terms. An uncomfortable reality that Washington has to face.
As the woman saying, as the guy said in the last video too. Iran's shooting a lot of their shit. A lot of America's weapons that they just destroyed them. Jeremiah 50 verse. Nine, for lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken, their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man, none shall return in vain. Come on, there you go. 29, call together the archers against Babylon, that's America. All ye that bend the bow, camp against it round about, let none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her work, according to all that she hath done, do unto her. For she hath been proud against the Lord, against the Holy One of Israel. Con. And Trump keeps talking about a retaliation. He keeps saying that he's gonna destroy Iran, put Iran down. He's just been saying that for the past couple of months, for the past year, almost 2 years already. Jeremiah 51:2, and I will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her, and shall empty her land, for in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. And Iran is going to be a part of that. Russia, China is going to be all a part of that. And they all already are, because they are in alliance. North Korea, China, Russia, Iran, they're all in alliance. They've been already supporting each other in their wars against the West's sanctions and propaganda, and even behind the scenes, North Korea is still supplying Russia with troops. Russia's still supplying North Korea. If Iran needs help, which they don't need it right now, Russia's gonna step in, but they don't need their help right now. Russia's already helping by already fighting another war against America. So yeah, man, they're all involved, and they're all gonna be involved as well in destroying America as well. And all those stupid comments and beliefs that these gainsayers have, ignorant people have. This is Jeremiah 51. 11. Make bright the arrows, gather the shields. The Lord have raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes. That's Iran, Russia, China. For his devices against Babylon to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of the Lord, the vengeance of his temple. Khan, it says, the Lord have raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes. Yeah, they said that Iran shot 6 of their Patriot missile defense systems. Their C-RAM systems, which all work hand in hand, which are some of the best missile defense systems America has against missiles, to protect them against the missiles. And they don't have any other weapon that can do what those missile defense systems can do. So just to show you, and what like the lady explained there as well, is that those missiles that Iran just destroyed cost 60 to 15 million to make, just for one. So that's not good. And then on top of it, bro, you also have Iran's shooting them with those cheap missiles, man. That only cost what, 10% of what it costs to make those American weaponry. Obadiah verse 6. But how Esau will be ransacked, his hidden treasures pillaged. All your allies will force you to the border. Your friends will deceive and overpower you. Those who eat your bread will set a trap for you, but you will not detect it. In that day, declares the Lord Yahweh, will I not destroy the wise men of Edom, those of understanding in the mountains of Esau. Your warriors, T-men, will be terrified, and everyone in Esau's mountains will be cut down in the slaughter. It says in verse 4, though you soar like the eagle and make your nest among the stars, from thence I will bring you down, declares the Lord Yahweh. Bahasham Yahushai. So Esau's getting destroyed. He doesn't know what's coming. These people don't know what's coming. But this third war is here. And this article here is going to show you as well. CNN poll, Americans doubt Trump is paying enough attention to the country's most important problems. And that's the truth. A record high 73 of U.S. adults say that President Trump hasn't paid enough attention to the country's most important problems. A CNN poll conducted by SSRS finds with just 27% saying he's had Move that out the way. Saying he's had the right priorities. That comes amid increasingly bleak views of the Iran war, stagnating economic unhappiness, and broad discontent about Trump's approach to these challenges. Roughly two-thirds of Americans think that Trump's policies have worsened economic conditions and that his military decisions in Iran have hurt the U.S. Around three-quarters say the president is not in touch with the problems ordinary Americans face in their daily lives. Here's the poll. It said, "Do you think Trump's policies have worsened economic conditions in the country?" That 65% said agreed to it. Yeah. 22% said he's improved it, and then 13% says it has had no effect on it at all. This is, do you think Trump's decisions about military actions in Iran have hurt the U.S., helped the U.S., or not made any difference to the U.S.? 67% says it has hurt the U.S., 21% says it's helped, and 12% says it's made no difference, really. So, yeah, bro. That's really the point on that. So even these Americans maybe they actually know to some degree that Trump is just a bullshit, and he's really not helping anything at this point. Okay. I'm gonna go to this. The title reads from the Korea Times. It says, North Korea, China pledge closer ties at banquet marking Chinese military anniversary. I think this was just barely released today, but this happened on the 28th. North Korea and China called for closer bilateral friendship and cooperation at a banquet in Pyongyang. I think Pyongyang is in North Korea. China's top envoy to Pyongyang hosted the event Tuesday at the Chinese embassy. Yeah, and that's even more bad news to America. That's even worse news for America because, yeah. It says right here, Russia and Iran maintain a strong, deeply integrated partnership, but it is strictly transactional rather than a mutual defense military alliance. While their geopolitical goals align in opposing Western influence, their relationship operates on pragmatic boundaries where each nation capitalizes on the other's crises. Military however you say that word. Iran has long fueled Russia's war machine in Ukraine. Providing Shahad drones, which are the same ones they're using to destroy what we read there recently, their defense systems and manufacturing expertise. In return, Russia provides advanced technological backing, electronic warfare equipment, and political cover on the world stage. Both heavily sanctioned nations rely on each other to bypass Western trade restrictions, utilizing the Caspian Sea and the international north-south transport corridor to move goods and secure alternative energy infrastructure. Yeah, so it sounds like they're very close ties with each other, if we just be honest. It says here Russia and Iran have strong ties based on military cooperation, shared opposition to the West. Yes, this answer was way better than the AI gave here. That's exactly what it is. I don't know how that stupid comment, Russia not involved, it came to pass. This one bitch said this. Just a stupid comment. I don't know how that even works. If I'm just looking it up right now, and it's saying that they have strong military ties, cooperation with other shit too. It says true, their partnership is a strategic alignment rather than a former mutual defense alliance. Yeah, but basically it is a mutual defense alliance, technically speaking. So they just went off there again. Yeah, you can say it is. You can say it is a mutual agreement. It says right here, China, Russia, Iran, and North Korea form axes of aggressors that could overwhelm U.S. Book warns. Yeah, it says Russia, China, Russia, Iran, and North Korea form axes of aggressors that could overwhelm U.S. Book warns.
Safe flight repair, safe flight repair.
Just to me that Ukraine is fighting Russia, North Korea, Iran, and China. In fact, people know about obviously Russia started the war, but North Korea has provided a 5 or 6 million rounds of artillery and mortars, and they had 12,000 people fighting the Kursk incursion, in Russian territory. And there's rumors that they've got another 30,000 troops coming, and I suspect these ones will enter what has historically been Ukrainian sovereign territory. The Iranian impact's clear. They gave them thousands of Shaheds, but more importantly, gave them the blueprints to build factories where they're building. Russians are building Tehran 2s, 3s, and 5s, and are launching, tens of over a year, tens of thousands of drones that do damage. And then, of course, China is backstopping the whole thing. They're providing the economic backstop to Russia's economy, so they can survive this 4-year catastrophic event for Russia. And they're providing microelectronics that we see in ballistic cruise and hypersonic missiles that land. And most of the missiles that we see were built in the last 4 or 5 months. So China's providing them now constantly, consistently. So Ukraine is fighting all four. In Iran, we're fighting at a minimum, but beyond the Iranians, the Chinese and the Russians providing intel support. I think there's a reasonable belief that they're providing some logistics, some repair, equipment necessary to get systems back up after the initial U.S. strikes. My point on this is the axis of aggressors or the axis of authoritarians are acting today as if they're strategically aligned and where they can be effective operationally or tactically relevant. And we, the people who kind of hew to Western traditions and mostly democracies, need to treat this axis as a threat, as a combined threat that will confront us in every one of our crisis areas.
China needs energy. Russia and Iran need buyers for their oil and gas. And North Korea needs any lifeline that it can get. So what this sets up across the axis is an asymmetric type of economic relationship that's really rooted in the Chinese power of its domestic market and its export-driven economy. And that really drives all of this. It drives the use of Russian and Iranian oil and gas. It drives the North Korea relationship. North Korea is kind of an interesting piece of this. They really don't have much to trade except for labor. And we see that, of course, in the conflict between Russia and Ukraine. It's been incredibly effective, but they're essentially exporting labor that is much greater in value than their GDP, their yearly GDP. So we have these dynamics playing out, but really it's a fractured alignment because at the end of the day, Russia and Iran, for example, are competitors in many ways. They're selling the same sort of export. China is always in the pole position because the amount that it's taking, while significant for Russia and Iran, for example, with their exports, is of limited consequence to China at the end of the day. Could they replace that with sourcing from elsewhere? Yes, they could, and in fact did until more recently, because sanctioned oil has now become much cheaper for China to take on. So that then leads to some questions about the disruption of this. But the core point, and building on what Monty has laid out, is that the economics of this very much underpin the foundations for the military engagement that we see.
We're going to have a simultaneity problem. If we get in a major crisis with China or Russia, we're going to get pressure from other sources, whether it's if there's a China-Taiwan issue. I promise you, North Korea will threaten South Korea and possibly do at least some demonstration attacks. Mostly to pin the U.S. forces in Korea, but
So you get the point. I'll finish this video here, and that'll be basically pretty much be the point, I think.
The impact. It can retaliate on its own terms. An uncomfortable reality that Washington has to face. Because as the fighting drags on, Iran keeps proving that it has the missiles, it has the drones, but most importantly, it has the willingness to fight. So what is Washington doing about it? Setting new records for military spending. The United States has passed the 2027 defense budget. It's a whopping $1.5 trillion, the largest defense bill in American history. The House of Representatives voted 216 to 212 in favor. Last year, the defense budget was $900 billion. Now it has been capped at $1.5 trillion. That is a spike of nearly 66%. Any guesses who's paying? Ordinary American taxpayers. This war has exposed the U.S. war machinery in more ways than one. American dominance is being challenged by cheap Iranian drones. U.S. military assets seem exhausted, overstretched. They are unable to defend against the swarms of aerial attacks. The world's so-called strongest military has just discovered that even billion-dollar shields can be cracked.
First Post reports from the world's second largest continent. Hello, I'm Alison LaGrange. A very warm welcome from Durban, South Africa. We get you the news and the newsmakers from Africa.
That can step in between these two countries and tell them to both stand down. This shit is up and it's stuck. Listen to what I'm telling you, man. The only way, I don't even want to think like that. I'm going to tell you something, though. This war is not like any other war that we done been in. The whole world will be having the same problems. Shortage on gas, can't afford to get food, and they might be in the fucking darkness. That's what we done came to right now. So while you paying attention to all this other shit that's going on in the world, you need to make this a main priority in your life to pay attention to what's going on so you will know what to do. This is very serious. Probably serious than anything that you got going on right now.
I'm older than most of them. I'm 50. I'm turning 51 in October. And I wake up every day thinking that this is the worst thing we've ever been through with the president that we have right now. Isn't it the fucking worst? It really is the worst. I lived through September 11 to Hurricane Hugo, Reagan. I endured Bush.
What's going on with this?
I endured Bush. I endured Pedro Rosselló in Puerto Rico and his son. I seen like difficult shit. Like I've been through it. 2008 housing crisis. That was pretty fucking bad. I had to move my entire family because of that crisis to the United States from Puerto Rico. This is the worst ever. This past 2 years have been the worst years in our lifetime. I mean, does anybody disagree with this shit? People are dying on the street indiscriminately getting killed by a secret police force led by a guy who's a known racist. And I know there's a lot of people out there that are fearing for their lives. And they're not criminals, they're not here illegal. They're United States citizens, just like me, and they're like, this is like really fucking bad. This is like, I could get shot. It's really horrible what we're going through right now. And the economy went to shit. The economy is the worst it's ever been. In my lifetime, I'm 50 years old, this is the worst I've ever seen it. I mean, I've been in the United States 12 years. I'm not going to talk about the economy of Puerto Rico. The United States economy, I've been here 12 years. This is the worst it's ever been. The worst it's ever been. I mean, I really think about it. I gave it some thought. And it's also this horrible sense of impending doom that everyone has. Everyone is like, you can tell people are like erratic on the streets. There's more people arguing over like traffic shit. There's more people like getting divorced, separated. More people quitting their jobs. People are like all over the place. This is like some weird fucking post-apocalyptic shit. Or pre-apocalyptic. Like, don't you guys feel like you wake up in the morning and you're like, something's about to fucking happen that's gonna be really bad, right? Oh, I don't like that feeling. I've been feeling it for a while, and I don't think I'm going crazy. And the worst part is there's some people that don't realize it. They're walking, they're rolling the earth like everything is holy shit. Tell me in the comments if I'm going nuts.